It's the one and only King Cal 516 live in the mix, and this is the Swiss Flames podcast. So will the Golden State Warriors make the playoffs this year? We're going to dive into that, but before we do, please be sure to check out the website www.swissflames.com. Hit us up at Twitter at Swiss Flames and check out the Facebook and YouTube page at Swiss Flames Podcast. So will the Golden State Warriors make the playoffs this year? That is a loaded question, and that is not an easy answer as some will think. I know most people are saying, oh yeah, they're going to definitely make the playoffs this year. Well, they didn't make the playoffs last season. Now, granted, Klay Thompson was hurt most of the season, and granted, that team is going to change how they look with a healthy Klay Thompson next to a healthy Steph Curry. That's just going to make the pecking order change, and that's also going to make life easy for the other three guys on the court, because having those two together on the court, spacing-wise, creates havoc. It's already havoc alone with Steph Curry, as great of a shooter he is, and just how demanding he is of the attention of the defense. Having him and Klay Thompson makes it double trouble, and that will definitely allow the Golden State Warriors to be a great team. But before we dive into even deeper into it, let's just take it back to late last season. Golden State Warriors, if you didn't have the play-in game, they would have been a top 8 team. They would have been number 8. They would have been in the playoffs. Probably would have got eliminated in the first round. But nonetheless, if you didn't have the play-in, they would have been in the playoffs. But unfortunately for them, we do have a play-in. And they got eliminated right out the play-in. After that great game, I love that game between them and the Lakers. That was a classic game where that went right to the wire and LeBron hit that logo 3 towards the end. That was a phenomenal game. But then they also ended up losing to Memphis, and Memphis ended up claiming that 8th seed. So Steph Curry had an MVP type season. He did his thing, but it wasn't good enough. And that's the whole point. With Steph Curry having an MVP type season as far as numbers, my opinion is nobody can be in the MVP race, and your team is not one of the top teams in that conference and in the league. That doesn't make sense to me. But he definitely did have at least MVP numbers. We can say that. And you were scratching to make the playoffs, and you didn't make the playoffs. Now with the healthy Klay Thompson, I do believe that can up the ante to the upper echelon of the West. I don't think there will be a top 2 team, but could they fall anywhere from 3 to 6? Yeah, absolutely. I think with the healthy Klay Thompson. Here's the issue at hand, and this is why I'm going to sit there and say I'm just going to wait and see. Because I don't expect them to be a great team without Klay Thompson. We still don't know when Klay Thompson is coming back this season. Now, he's expected to come back this season, but I've heard reports say it might take up to a month in the season, and I've heard reports he could be all out to Christmas. Now, we know Klay Thompson's game is not built on athleticism. As far as offensively speaking, you know what I'm saying? He's a guy that doesn't have to dribble the ball and can drop 50 points on your head without dribbling the ball much. But Klay is also a guy that's usually asked to stick the best wing on the opposing team's offense. So athleticism, defensively speaking, him able to just do a lot of the lateral movements and the cutting that is needed on the defensive end to stay with some of these elite wings will be tested. Luckily for Golden State, they have Andrew Wiggins. And so what they can do initially is just allow Andrew Wiggins, just like he did his past season, let Andrew Wiggins guard the best team's wing and ease some of that burden off of Klay. But once again, we're not fully sure exactly when Klay is going to come back. And I'm pretty sure Golden State is going to play that by ear, and I'm pretty sure they're not going to rush it. And I'm pretty sure they're going to, as when he starts to play, they're going to ease his way back into playing major minutes. You know what I mean? He'll probably be on some kind of restriction, and they'll just be letting him play and see how he does, and then build him up from there. He's gonna, you gotta imagine Klay Thompson has pretty much been out 2 full seasons, and so it's gonna take a little bit for him to get into that real game shape. It's gonna take a little to get into that game rhythm. But I think Klay will be fine ultimately. But if he's out, let's just say hypothetically speaking, till Christmas, well, that's a lot of games that you're playing without Klay Thompson. Are they going to be the same Golden State Warriors team that's kind of treading 500? Maybe a little bit better than 500? Are they going to be the Golden State Warriors that aren't clicking on all cylinders? And maybe at the Christmas point, if Klay comes back around Christmas, will they be under 500? We already know in the Wild Wild West, it is a slugfest out there. And so you do not want to give up games. And obviously without Klay Thompson, you're not at full power. it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge. So their record, if Klay Thompson stays out to Christmas, can pretty much dictate whether they're going to make the playoffs or not, depending on how good or not good that they do. And so this is where the wild card comes in. I feel like if Klay Thompson definitely comes back like a month into the season, they'll be fine. I think if he comes back around Christmas and they have a losing record at Christmas, not that I think they can't turn around, because they can. I just think that they're going to be climbing up a steeper hill. You know what I mean? You want to have a little cushion. You know what I'm saying? You want Klay to have a little time to, you know what I mean, get used to it. So the earlier Klay Thompson can come back, it's better off for this team. But fully healthy with the Klay Thompson being Klay Thompson, absolutely. To me, this is a playoff team. And to that point, there's no doubt in my mind that is a playoff team with the healthy Klay Thompson. But once again, the issue at hand is, when will Klay come back? Because to me, depending on that situation, when does Klay come back, it's going to dictate how good this team's going to be and how far this team is going to go in this current NBA season. What do you think? What is your opinion about this situation with Golden State? Do you think they're locked to make the playoffs? Or do you think, like me, it just depends on how quickly Klay Thompson can come back? Obviously, like I said in the beginning, Klay Thompson and Steph Curry together on the floor, that's going to cause havoc. That's going to move somebody like Andrew Wiggins to be the third option. That's going to put everybody where they have. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get James Wiseman coming back healthy. There's a lot of positives with this Golden State team. But, once again, even with all those positives, remember, they were treading with that AC last season. And there were certain parts of the season where they were out the playoffs. So, I'm very reluctant to say guaranteed until I know for a fact when Klay Thompson comes back. And I want to see Klay Thompson be Klay Thompson. If those two things are there, I'll say there's no doubt they're a playoff team. As long as that Klay Thompson thing doesn't linger too long. If there's any kind of setback, I'll change my mind in a heartbeat about them being a playoff team for sure. But anyhow, once again, just put in the comments. Let me know what you think about it. Do you think the Golden State Warriors are guaranteed, like Charles Barkley would say, a playoff team, or do you think they're in trouble? Let me know in the comments. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. This is Swiss Flames Podcast. It's your boy King Cow 516. Also, we just want to take a quick moment just to thank everybody for your ongoing support as the regular season is unwinding and is about to hit us at the end of this month. We're going to slowly be starting the transition of doing more video podcasting. So we're going to add the visuals a lot more with these podcasts. And so that's coming very soon. We're transitioning. We're working to that. This will not affect any of the audio that you hear coming on the site. But there will be moments where we'll have some stuff on video that will not be in audio, and vice versa. So the best thing about it is, you know what I mean, hit up the website, join the website. All the links are on the website. So whatever will be your favorite way to enjoy the podcast, the website will be the link to everything that's in the description. And so with that said, it's your boy King Cow 516. Looking forward to big things coming in the near future. Peace out, y'all.